For all of us, there's a natural balance between wanting to fit in and taking care of ourselves. And as HSPs, the need to take care of ourselves may be slightly greater than for non HSPs, but the pressures of wanting to fit in continue. So let's look at how to balance this a little more in our lives through a bit of inner work. And this is going to be through the work of Byron Katie. So let's start with looking for a situation where you were trying to fit in, needing to fit in, and were willing to overlook your own needs or your tendency, your need for quietness, ability to have time to process things, and you were getting caught up in something that did lead to overwhelm. So look for a situation where you were wanting to fit in and you put it above taking care of yourself. And if possible, look for something specific. For me, I'm thinking of when I was in college many years ago. I was in a high pressure situation. It was a good school and there were a lot of demands, and I kept pushing myself to keep up with those demands, working long hours and just trying to get everything done regardless of whether I got enough sleep or led any kind of balanced life. Thrown in there was also the need to fit in not only with the school's demands, but my mom's expectations as well. So, do you find a situation? Maybe it's at work, maybe it's with your partner, maybe it's with your child, maybe it's with, could be anything, where you're trying to fit in and be more, end up trying to give more than you actually have to give. And you can pause the recording if you need more time to find a specific situation. Having a specific thing in mind will help you get more out of this when you go through the process that we're going to go through here together. So the thought we'll be questioning is, I need to fit in. And we'll begin with question 1 of the work. Is it true? You need to fit in. In your situation, is it true? And we want your honest experience here. So look for that. Don't cheat with the intellect's version of what you think should be the answer. Stick with what is your answer on an experiential level. Yes or a no? Is it true you need to fit in here in this situation? I'm going to go with yes. It's what it feels like when I'm put myself back in that situation when I was at college. Like there was no choice. So if your answer was yes, then with me to question 2, which is, can you absolutely know it's true? You need to fit in that situation. Are you sure? And I'm going to go with no. So regardless of your answer, let's go to question 3. How do you react? What happens in that situation when you have this thought active in your mind or on a feeling level that you need to fit in? How do you react? What happens? We're just reporting what happens when the thought is there. I need to fit in. So in my situation, I push myself. I used to do homework probably 12 hours a day plus classes. It was nonstop. I would stay up late to get the job done. How else do you react in your situation? Your situation may be a little different, but how do you treat yourself when you are trying to fit in like this? Like I treat myself like I don't have any any needs, or that I my needs don't count. I'm not caring about myself, and I'm not being caring. I need to fit in. How else do you react when you believe this thought? I start to get burnout. I start to experience what I didn't know at the time, but I can say now is overwhelm. My mind goes down, becomes kind of dull and tired, and I'm still pushing. And how do you treat the people that you're trying to fit in with? I treat them like they are over me, they're above me, and I have to do everything I can to mold myself to do what they want. That includes my mom, includes my teachers, my professors, even my other classmates. Yeah, we had a strong work ethic in my school, so I kept trying to fit in. I'll just be working hard too. I have no regard for my needs there other than the basic needs. And now that I think about it, I got sick a lot. I got depressed at one point. These are the effects of needing to fit in, believing the thought, acting on the thought, I need to fit in. So, who would you be in your situation without this thought that you need to fit in? I noticed that I see more options without this thought. Like my vision is more 360 degrees instead of just looking forward, looking to others. My vision also includes myself and my needs and my expectations and interests. Without the thought I need to fit in, I see I see myself the possibility of just doing my best in class, just doing my best with my homework, and leaving the rest. It's a radical idea for me. Mm. Without the thought, I need to fit in, I'd be going to bed earlier. I would do as much of my homework as I had time for. I can see myself scheduling more playtime, more hangout time with friends. Without the thought, I need to fit in with the the expectations of my school, the expectations of my mom, the expectations of the whole group of people I was living with. I could hear my own body's cries. Take some rest. Don't go to class today. Don't stay up later to finish this. I see a counterbalance without this thought. With the thought, I see no balance. It's just all in. And I'm at the mercy of however much homework I was given. So this thought, I need to fit in, can make a big difference in a stressful situation. It can make the difference between it being stressful and it being more balanced. So how can we turn this around? Instead of I need to fit in, an opposite could be I don't need to fit in. And how could that be as true or truer in your situation? Do you really need to fit in? It's like question 1 and 2. Are you sure? How could it be that not fitting in could be as good or better than fitting in this case? I think that it's taken me decades to begin to learn that taking care of myself, balancing myself is as important as doing things that are important jobs for others and projects that I take on. So I don't need to fit in. If I had done that right there in college, I would have learned that lesson and skipped probably 30 years of figuring it out later. Not that I could have, but we're just looking. I don't, in reality, need to fit in. I could have learned a major life lesson in college and gotten lower marks and had a more balanced life. Wow. How about you? How is it you don't need to fit in? How's it okay if you don't? How's it okay if you honor your HSP traits and needs in your situation? I don't think I would have failed if I had done that. Even if I hadn't given it my all in, compromising nothing to get good grades. Even if I hadn't done that, my guess is I would still have done fairly okay. Not perfect. Good enough. I would have passed. I would have graduated. So I don't need to fit in. These are the examples we're looking for. How is it possible you could just do the opposite and still be as well off or better? I don't need to fit in. My mom would have still loved me if I didn't get straight A's. Sure. I mean, great example. My sister didn't get straight A's, and she was actually probably the closest one to mom. So, what is this story that I need to fit in? I need to meet this expectation. It's a story. What story are you believing when you think you need to fit in? And is it really valid? Another turnaround, I need to fit in with myself. I need to fit in with me. That may be more important. I mean, is it worth it for me to get sick? Or if you take that and go further with it, imagine just decades of not taking care of my body or my mind, my heart, just to meet expectations, just trying to fit in, I could end up with real health problems. So I need to fit in with me because I'm the one I live with. And if I don't, I may not live so much. My quality of life will be less. My life expectancy will probably be less. Not to mention, as HSPs, when we take care of ourselves, that's when our superpowers engage. That's when our intuition becomes strong. That's when our ability of discernment and subtle processing increases. So I need to fit in with me, with who I am, with my limitations as an HSP. If I live within those, I could not only have a good experience internally, but I would probably be more successful in the long term. I love this turnaround. It balances the idea of needing to fit in with others to needing to fit in with myself. Like the inner is as important as the outer, maybe more important. Outer depends on inner. So if I only focus on outer, it's going to crumble at some point.